Hello Pisces, my name is Tiffany from Tiffany's Tarology and it's so good to be here with all of you. Today is Saturday, July 12th, and I am posting this video using what's called the spread deck. I've not used this spread deck before for a YouTube reading. I've used it on myself, but how it works is this particular creator has different cards that tell you what you're going to be pulling rather than us doing our Celtic cross that we normally do. So I'm going to walk you through these spreads. We're then going to pull cards. I'll pull them off camera, or I'll speed up the segment. But I'm going to show you what we got here. I laid them all out, connected with your guides. So we're going to be focusing on a specific vision, what that issue is, or maybe what's causing an issue about that specific vision, what you know, what you need to know, so possibly what you don't know about the situation, outsider's view or an outside perspective, maybe how someone else sees you. And there's a specific pattern that you're being told to focus on in this reading. There's going to be a specific outcome and then an overall outcome. And so when I looked at that, I was like, specific versus overall. I feel like there's going to be something that happens really soon and then something that overall is going to change for you, Pisces. But two outcomes, or maybe one outcome more full-fledged over time. And you also got the weekly card and the reward for all of this work that you're about to put in. So I'm going to pull cards for you guys in this order, and we'll see what's going on with this vision that you have, a pattern maybe that you are focusing or facing, and we'll see kind of what Spirit has to say for you. All right, let's dive in. Spirit guides, angels, ancestors of the highest white Christ light, I ask you to protect this space. I ask that you help me to tap into the collective energy of Pisces whenever they are watching this video, that this message be specifically for them. Okay, Pisces, you have a lot going on in your energy. And what I'm getting overall for you, though, is for your weekly card to be the Three of Swords and the Death, what heavy energies you have been dealing with this week. And whenever you watch this video is for you. So for some of you, this is showing up at the end of the week. For others of you, this will be the beginning, maybe even the middle of your week. But the Three of Swords and the Death card is talking about some kind of heartbreak or transformation, something being revealed to you. I really feel like about an Emperor, a masculine energy in your life, that's causing you to reflect and really refocus on what it means to be loved or appreciated or taken care of, tended to, looked after. And it looks like some of you are going through a painful reality check in regard to some type of love situation. That's really what it looks like. And if this isn't specifically about love, the only thing that I could think that this would be about somebody that you care for deeply, or somebody that you were deeply enthralled with. With the Three of Swords to the Death, this is saying there's some kind of ending or change that has to happen in this connection so that you can grow from this pain, that you can grow from this heartbreak. And I think if I could give your week a thematic energy, it would be transforming how you maneuver through disappointment. Because your reward... I don't really know that I love your reward, but you got the Four of Cups, which says contemplation, feeling disconnected, discontent, and boredom. So what I'm seeing here is kind of like you reap what you sow. The connections, and this is going to be a little bit of a harsh reading, I do feel. Spirit's giving it to you. Like this is the reward that you get for the connections that you're building with certain people. There may have been red flags. There may have been issues that you had been overlooking, or maybe you kind of fumbled your way into a situation in regard to love or in regard to somebody that you care about deeply or you were deeply entangled with. And the result of that, the reward that you're reaping, is being discontent. And now you're sitting on this rock by yourself, contemplating your actions, your decisions. And so I think that that's a bit of a kind of like a jab. But Spirit's given it to you a bit real today, a bit heavy today, because, we're not a sunshine and roses type of energy here. So your current vision, so I would say something that you've been focused on, Pisces, is a Page of Cups. You may have walked into a love situation very naively, not looking at all the aspects of a person, their character, what they embody, who they are. Again, I'm seeing red flags being missed. I'm seeing you not necessarily focusing on the truth of a person. Because again, the Ace of Swords to the Emperor is coming up for us later. And the Page of Cups could be you dreamt up a reality, a love situation. You dreamt up a picture in your head of what this person could be. And what I saw in a couple of things that I've been receiving downloads over the last couple of days is catfished. You got catfished. That's really what I feel here. By not looking at the deeper wounds that you had within yourself, because again, that Page of Cups card says inner child, head is in the clouds, right? You had some wounding, maybe around wanting to be connected to somebody for whatever reason. There was unhealed aspects of your childhood that are projected through this person or this relationship that you entered into. And now you are seeing the results of where this relationship really ended up taking you. And that was to absolutely nowhere, to a place of, I need to regroup. We need to, maybe walk away from each other. We need to make a new strategy. There needs to be transformation here, or just ultimately come to an ending. When we look at the issue, you have the Knight of Pentacles. It says practical and reliable, slow and steady, committed and patient, conservative. So if this is coming up as the issue, I would look at this person or this situation as having none of these things. This person wasn't practical or reliable. This person maybe moved way too fast instead of being slow and steady. They weren't committed. So you could have been dealing with someone who wasn't focusing solely on you. And you started to see that maybe you were really stuck in the clouds with this person, thinking that you had someone that you could rely on, someone that you could count on, and you've just been realizing, oh, this is a Page of Cups. This is not, this is not my King of Cups that I actually need to be with. There's an immaturity here. And I think on both sides, like, you could have come from an immature energy and this person could have come from an immature energy, and the two of you are meeting and you're realizing, okay, we cannot reliably count on each other. We can't move forward together. It's becoming very volatile. So what you know is the Three of Wands. It says looking ahead, confidence and growth, foresight. You've got to make a change. You see that your reward, what you've reaped from this relationship, has been nothing but discontentment. It didn't take you anywhere, or you're feeling stuck or stagnant. It's not filling your cup. You're not happy. There may be more negatives than positives here. And so you have this unwavering responsibility to yourself. And I see a yellow butterfly outside that is telling you that you absolutely need to look at where you're going and have more foresight as you walk into your future. With or without this person, I feel like many of you are rethinking a relationship, but others of you are completely walking away from a relationship, and you're saying, I now have the wisdom and the courage and the knowledge to make better decisions as I walk forward. But for whatever reason, this particular person, this particular situation, it taught me deep lessons, confirmation. So now you know what needs to change as you move forward in relationships. There could be even, because I'm feeling a little bit distracted, there could have been this distraction by this person. Like maybe you were just seeing all the good and negating all the bad, and you weren't paying attention to your own feelings. And so now you have to regroup, Pisces. 3 of Wands. Things have to go in a new direction. And what you need to know is that with the Temperance card, this is going to take some time. It says peace and tranquility, balance and patience, harmony. You have to go within. You have to take a step back, focus on you. Look at where maybe your childhood wounds were. Why were you attracted to this immature love? Why were you attracted to this toxic relationship? What about these dynamics did you not see for what they truly were? Gaslighting, manipulation, catfished. Some of you were literally catfished, maybe even out of your own money. Some of you ended up with children, with the Page of Cups energy, and now you're having to sit here and understand, like, how did I get here? How did our love turn into this? What wounds do I need to sit here and reflect and find harmony and balance and restore in my life? Where have I not been taking accountability for my own actions? The outsider's view, so this is an outside perspective, maybe how other people see, is 3 of Pentacles, 7 of Cups, and the Sun. So I don't think a lot of people know what you're going through. With the Sun, they might see you really happy. Maybe you come across confirmation as someone who's got it all, all together. With the 3 of Pentacles, they see you building, collaborating, like reaching goals and all of that. But what they don't see, and I see all this like red hands, red hands here. It's like red tape. Is you've been in a place where it says choices and indecision, opportunities, fantasies, and illusions, where you've been confused, deluded, just completely lost, I feel like, in this connection for some time. And although other people are only seeing the benefits of whatever came out of this situation. So again, some of you had children. Maybe some of you built a beautiful home, a beautiful relationship. Maybe it's looking good on Instagram or good on Facebook or something like that, right? Where like the world can see you. There seems to be positivity here. But deep down inside, Pisces, you've been trying to fulfill a relationship and make it more than what it needs to be. And make it more than what it is. But now you're starting to actually see the truth. Again, with your weekly card being the 3 of Swords and the Death card, I can't continue to sit here in heartbreak and pain, not sure if I want to separate from this person, dealing with PTSD, dealing with betrayal trauma, all of those issues. And the world can't even see it. It's like you experienced this very secretly, very quietly. And the pattern I found to be very interesting is the Knight of Cups. Pisces, you have a pattern of making, I'm going to say this with a grain of salt because is there really good or bad, but you have a pattern of maybe making bad decisions and bad choices in love. Some people will say, though, that there's no good or bad, there's no right or wrong. And so I would just say, like, if you're one of those people, this would be a less than ideal partner over and over again. The Knight of Cups is charming and idealistic, determined. It says tactful and graceful. You can see this person here is kissing her forehead and making her feel loved and like a queen. And instead of you actually having that, because again, this is investigating a pattern, Pisces, with the Page of Cups here, you've been dreamy and naive, you've been innocent, maybe your inner child wounds have been highlighted, your head has been in the clouds. There has been this misconception around love, this illusion, this diluted energy around what it means to be in partnership. And now you're sitting here having to look at the patterns of love in your life and look at where you've gone wrong and look at the choices that you've made. The South Node is in your 7th house of relationships. And so you are letting go of relationships. And I think with also Pluto going through your 12th house of the subconscious, you're bringing up subconscious issues and areas of your life that could involve or revolve around intimacy, love for yourself, childhood wounding, patterns that you have created. And you're now having to look yourself square in the face or square in the eye. I'm not sure which saying is right. And say to yourself, I need to do better about the decisions that I make. Some of you are so far in with this person though, that I am seeing more of like there needing to be like a transformation energy with the relationship, because maybe you're committed, maybe you're married. Again, maybe you have children with this person. You have to work with this person. I know one of you commented on here and said you've got grandchildren, right? So it could have been your child is making bad decisions. Maybe they looked at you and the way that you lived your life and the decisions that you made, and that trickled down into the way that they made decisions. And so now the grandkids are being affected. So the buck stops here. There needs to be an end. There needs to be a transition. There needs to be a release. All the words on this card in regard to this relationship, in regard to the way that you have had this pattern in love. You have to let this go, Pisces. And you need to build healthier relationships. You need to actually see love for what it is. What is the purpose of love? What is the purpose of relationship? One of the things that I have come to find out, I've only been married for 2 going on 3 years, but I've been with my partner for about 6 years. Sometimes love is not enough. Love cannot just sustain a relationship. You have to put in the work. You know, people might think the two of y'all, or if there's more people involved, you know, that there's teamwork and collaboration and goals and things are being met. But are you actually receiving fairness, just appreciation from this person? Are they taking care of you? Are you taking care of them? It takes a village sometimes, especially with children. Your children could be like something that's heavily highlighted again with the sun card there as well through the outsider's view. Like people could be seeing the fruits of your labor, but they don't see the actual energy beyond or within those 4 walls. So the specific outcome that we have here, it involves an emperor. Ace of Swords to the emperor. So a lot of you are dealing with a negative masculine energy. It could be an Aries, could be a fire sign of some sort. It does not have to be a man, but maybe a very masculine female. And it says there's going to be clarity and truth, new ideas, victory and triumph in regard to a divine masculine, someone who is trying to take control or someone who is in a place of authority. Some of you are getting to the point where you're having to have a serious conversation with a masculine energy in your life, an emperor energy in your life, about the control, the authority, the way that they dictate and tell you what is going to happen, what they're going to do. And you're taking your power back, which came up in, confirmation, I hit the camera, which came up in the last reading that I did for you, Pisces. So the Ace of Swords is also you seeing the truth finally about this emperor. Like maybe you've been trying to find this Knight of Cups, right? This romantic energy, this person who sweeps you off your feet, but you're actually looking more at the smug energy, someone who is more dismissive of you. Could they also be dealing with childhood wounds of authority and control and have like this dictatorship role in their life because they weren't given control in their childhood? Absolutely, that's coming through. So the both of you are showing off your wounds to each other, right? Wanting and romanticizing about this relationship, but then both coming into power struggles. The Catfish YouTube channel that I've been watching for the last couple of days, I was like, why am I watching this? Why is this coming up in the algorithm? And it all made sense last night. I was like, this is a message for my collective. I didn't realize it was going to come out through these cards today, though. But in the Catfish YouTube, they eventually sit down with the person, the people that are in charge of doing the investigation, and they get to the root of the issue, and they sit down with the person and they say, hey, do you see the truth of this person in your life and what they've been doing from you, what they've been taking from you? They've been stealing your money. You're never going to see them. You know, the illusion on the other side of this telephone or this screen, this photo is not them. You are coming to the realization maybe that who you thought you were dealing with, you are not dealing with. You've been duped. You've been catfished. Some of you, this is not specifically about love, though. This is, they took your money. You got into a commitment or some type of relationship, could definitely be with family, where you put your heart and soul into a situation and they turned on you. They stole from you. They showed you a side of themselves that was not the real them. You got catfished. So now that you have this truth in front of you, okay, you can't unsee it. and what I saw on the bottom of your deck was the Page of Swords. It says curious and witty, chatty and gossip, communication, finding information. Like there is a sense of, whoa, I'm shocked. I can't believe I didn't see this. I can't believe that this is what it is. When a lot of the people on Catfish, when I've been watching it, find out that they've been duped, some of them still don't believe it because they're so manipulated that they don't even know how to come out of it. Some of them begin to cry. Some of them it's anger. However you respond to this, Pisces, is totally okay. However you feel about being duped, lied to, deceived, controlled, manipulated, some of you have been cheated on. Some of you have had children. Maybe some of you are going through a separation. You thought that this was real. And Spirit is saying you need to get your head out of the clouds. And you need to see people for who they really are. Pisces has this way that we can often see things and people and situations through rose-colored glasses. It's what makes us so creative and whimsical and magical, but it also is what creates so many issues in our lives because we are ruled by Neptune, and Neptune can be a very hazy, confusing, foggy type of planet where it shows you what you want to see, and then you actually clear up the glasses or clear the glass and you see the true reflection of the person. You're like, who is this? And so I stand in solidarity with you with this Three of Swords to this Four of Cups, because you are now understanding that this person caused you a great deal of pain and grief and sorrow. Many of you have been traumatized by this situation. It has really affected your life. And I'm telling you, when Spirit gives us the Four of Cups as the reward, I almost feel like Spirit is like, in a way, saying, do you see it now? Are you going to listen to me now? Like, I feel like more of like a daddy energy here. Like, are you going to listen to what I have to say to you now? Are you going to continue to loop and have these issues? It's time to wake up and see the truth. You are ready to receive this truth, I also hear Spirit saying. And that is why you became aware of this recently, because you have grown as a person. Maybe you're healing through those childhood wounds. You're trying to get your head out of the clouds. Maybe you did some digging as well, like through their social media, through their phone, email. Maybe you received some word from someone else. Like, hey, they chatted to you. They told you, hey, girl, hey, guy, did you hear what I heard about your so-and-so last night? Did you know they were doing this? I thought you and him or you and her were doing that together. You didn't know about this. Like, I think some of you are going to find out things you didn't even ask or didn't even want to know. But the overall outcome, it was a bit more layered, is the Queen of Pentacles, the Knight of Swords, the Devil, and the King of Cups. These two cards came out and these two cards came out. So we're going to read them separately. So the Queen of Pentacles says, generous and caring, nurturing and sensible, comforting and practical, good business sense. And the Knight of Swords says assertive and impatient, direct and daring, ambitious and motivated. For those of you, especially I'm seeing a pregnant woman in this card who have children with this person, I think you are going to begin to focus more on your home, your family life, and how you can fix and heal. Because again, I'm seeing kind of two divergent paths. Some of you are actually moving on from this person. Others of you, because of your connection, how deeply enthralled you are with this person and just the outer circumstances, you can't just walk away. So you're going to be putting more effort. You're going to be assertive, direct, ambitious, motivated towards fixing, healing, focusing on your family life and improving that. Because every single time that you have a disruptive energy in your life, it does not mean that you just simply close the door, walk away, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. That's just not how life goes. And I even feel like the energy that's coming through the way that I'm talking to you today, Pisces, is a little bit more like, wake up, Pisces. It's not my typical tone, but I always ask the spirit team to come in. So maybe you just need to hear this message this way. But you need to begin to become more assertive about what you want. Maybe even like it says impatient, like you got to tell this person, I'm not willing to wait for you to change. You need to do this now. You need to go fix this now. You need to go here and you need to do this. You need to help me with this. The house is a mess. The kids need to be fed. Whatever the case is. I need you to do this and we need to fix that. I'm hearing all of those things. But you're coming from a place of nurture, wanting to fix, wanting to help, wanting to reevaluate this relationship. Because you do deeply care about the result. And again, I'm feeling more, this is the energy for my people who are trying to fix and rectify but not necessarily. Like, you also could just be being more assertive about the boundaries that you put up, and you're saying, I choose myself. And some of you are walking away with your child by yourself, and it is going to be a journey that is difficult because you have to step into a role of being the dual parent, meaning your mother and father. But I do feel like Spirit's going to send in the right person for you, because your reward is going to be that you now see things clearly. You see where this has brought you. Maybe it brought you to your knees. Maybe it brought you to being pregnant. And how did we get here? Or, whatever is issues going on with children, because it's very heavily aspected in this reading. And you have to just figure it out and focus on you and be assertive and say, I know that I know that I know I'm going to figure this out. And I'm going to leave you to your own devices, and you do you. The other overall outcome is the Devil to the King of Cups. It says obsession and addiction, toxicity and excess, codependency. And it says wise and devoted for the King of Cups, balanced between head and heart. So you are about to close the Devil chapter, the obsessions. Maybe this person was addicted to things, addicted to you, addicted to sex, all of that. Maybe they had toxic habits. Maybe they were gluttonous. Maybe they were a person who has spending addictions or shopping addictions, or just issues with money is coming through as well. And there's a lack of family centeredness with this person, or centeredness around what the two of you are building together. Codependency, where you're relying on each other. You have to look at this relationship differently. Pisces, you are the King of Cups, and you will ultimately end up with a King of Cups if you choose more wisely. Like, not even this Knight of Cups, like, you're moving on to the King of Cups energy. And when you finally recognize that your head and your heart are balanced, the Devil energy will have to flee, because it cannot coexist with this King of Cups. These two are not mutually the same, or mutually exclusive. I don't know if that's the right word to say. Maybe there was an issue with mutuality for the two of you. Maybe there was something with an issue of exclusivity with the two of you. I'm hearing one of these things is not like the other. I don't even know what that means, but you'll know. But this Devil energy is blocking you confirmation from your true love, from your true happiness, from your peaceful home and peaceful life. And so if the Knight of Swords comes after this Devil energy and becomes assertive and tackling the issues, the obsessions, the addictions, the toxicity, the excess, the codependency that this Devil energy brings into this relationship, you will end up in a place where you are with the right person, where the two of you can work together, where you can continue to build, where you're working on the situation, where you're raising your pentacles again, where your children are living in a happy home, but it's going to take work and time. And for those of you who have to walk away from a situation for this to come in, trust, like the Temperance card said, this is what you need to know, that it is going to take patience. Harmony will come. That situation will rectify itself. But it isn't going to come overnight. And if you are the type of person who's afraid to put in the work, I will be the first to tell you, this just isn't going to work out then. And if the other person's not willing to put in the work, it's not going to work out then. And there will be ultimately this issue around separation and sorrow. But whatever you're dealing with, Pisces, I'm going to kind of pull my energy back down because it's really getting elevated. I need you to see this person clearly. And I need you to also see your patterning for what it is and where you need to heal. Again, North Node and Pisces, South Node and Virgo. The 1st and the 7th houses are activated. You're focusing on you. How can you improve you? How can you be a better you? How can you be a healthier you? Mind, body, and spirit. But also South Node in the 7th house. How can I get rid of toxic relationships? How can I get rid of Devil energy? What do I need to do to push away these relationships that don't serve me? Confirmation. There is a need for you to wake up and this person to wake up, and you see the truth. You are being catfished. Okay, Pisces, I'm going to pull, this card wanted to fall out here. Let me see. I'm going to pull some ending oracle for you, but you have the Eight of Cups. So walking away, letting go, leaving behind, whatever this is emotionally, it's not working for you. New vision, new timeline. I do see that coming out for you, Pisces. And I really just need to tell you that where you're headed, you are healing. And so I feel like some of you are emotional right now as you're watching this. Just know that Spirit is not trying to hurt you by what you're going through. I feel the need, your Spirit team wants to tell, we're not trying to hurt you. We're trying to help you. And the way that we have to help you sometimes is through tough love. Because the only way that you're going to change is if you see this situation and this person for who they really are. And that might be daunting to you in its own right because you have been deluded for so long. For some of you, this is really coming as a shock. I'm seeing someone suddenly being heartbroken as well. Some of you, this has been coming for a long time. But some of you, it was like, I didn't see this coming because my head was in the clouds. All right. So Spirit guides, any messages? They're saying to adjust the posture, alignment, balance, chakras, breath, energy, and flow. So anywhere that you're out of balance, where you haven't been focusing on you, where you haven't been in this like state of reverence to your heart, your mind, your body, your soul, wherever they've been taking from you, especially the sacral chakra, and I do feel the crown chakra as well, been affecting your mind, clouding your third eye, stealing from you emotionally, sexually. Your creation energy has been dampened by this person. It's time to get back into alignment, Pisces. That is a complete readjustment of focus on you. Focus on the physical body is also important. Game over. You see through this, the delusion, the illusion. It's over. Like the hearts this time is really coming into fullness for me. That there is so little love left. You've got to build this back up. You've got, what is this? 5 lives that you've lost and you're on the 5th one basically, and you're almost like, it's time to reignite the passion of this relationship if it's going to work. It's time to reevaluate where you have been pouring and pouring and pouring of your cup. Sorry, the camera cut out. It says, what I want wants me, energetic match to your heart's desire and soul's purpose, manifesting and attracting. So you're in a place now where you are beginning to manifest and attract the right love. So I'm also seeing your Spirit team say, what you want wants you. We want to give you what you want. We want you to have that King of Cups. We don't want you to have that Page of Cups. But also, as you're manifesting, understand, this is the part of manifesting people don't like to talk about. Things will start to show up in your life that need to be dealt with. Sometimes destroyed, sometimes ripped away from you, because you are manifesting a higher timeline. And this person, situation, family member, child, grandkid, business partner, for some of you, they had to be found out because you are actually attracting the right people. And so you became repelled to their energy like 2 magnets that are basically the same charge. And you know how they'll like not be able to stick together and they just go apart? Like that's where you are. You need a positive and a negative. Here's the Death card. So definitely for some of you, this person is like dead to you, or I don't know if I can even say that on YouTube. This person is no longer a part of your life. They are... This contract has been signed, sealed, delivered. It's over. You moved on, or you're going through that transformation with them. Unexpected income is here because I think for some of you, this person stole your money or they took money from you, and Spirit is saying that will be returned to you. You were going the wrong way. It says distractions were leading you off course. So stay in sync with your spiritual self and path and ego. So they're again telling me, your Spirit team is telling me, we're not sending you these messages to hurt you. We are just trying to help you see the red flags and to reroute, because you're going on a route that was going to take you off course, or is taking you off course. Hidden from you. They were blocking your third eye. You couldn't see things clearly. This person was manipulating and gaslighting you, but now you're coming into your High Priestess energy and you are seeing them for who they really are. It says their prayers are useless, divine intervention, unforgiven, and abomination. So what I'm seeing here is like a tower moment in this situation. God intervened on your behalf because God was like, I see where you're headed, Pisces, and I don't like it for you. The way that they're trying to, for some of you, pray against you and hold you back from success, it is not going to work. Spirit is angry at what some of these people have done to you and how they have taken you off of course. So tower moments happen to bring you back in alignment. It says it's about to backfire, plans failed, backlash, counteraction, and karma. So some of these people are going to be receiving karma for what they did to you. You are going to be leveling up into your King of Wands, Queen of Wands energy. Love spell could have been towards you, but also you may be incorporating more love spell into your life to attract love. This situation with this person is a power struggle. We talked about this. Ego versus the heart. You are going through an energetic and vibrational shift. This says energy shift. And this means that where you go, only people of the right resonance and vibration can go with you. So this person was not of the right resonance and vibration, or the situation was not. So Spirit is saying it's coming up to be dealt with. You are now transforming through a healing frequency. Your vibration is different. It is uncovering all of the hidden things. It's shaking your foundation up. I'm in love with this reading, Pisces. It says maintain your vibration, generate positive emotions, shifting internally. And as you shift, your world shifts around you. And so, yes, this shakeup is happening, but they're saying it's to help you to align to your highest timeline. Infinite masks. This person showed you who they wanted you to be. I'm sorry, this person showed you who they wanted you to see. Ooh, take what I just said, and if that resonated with you, they may have wanted you to be someone else. You weren't who they wanted either. So they didn't know how to love you right? That's coming through? Okay, Spirit. Because everything we say means something. Last two cards. It says ascending to the highest level of human existence. Yes, and you cannot be with low vibrational BS. I'm just going to tell you that. Because you are tapped into the infinite flow of the universe, and the universe wants to reward you. Not with the Four of Cups. Even though Spirit's kind of laughing at you with that one, like, well, this is your reward, discontentment. Spirit wants to reward you with your highest timeline, highest activations, best relationships possible, most rewarding future, most abundant timeline. And in order for you to get that, you must balance your emotions, which is the Temperance card. It will take time. And I'm also seeing, because this has been coming up a lot, where you have imbalance in your life is showing up as imbalance in your body. As you begin to heal these toxic relationships, toxic people, there is going to be a shift in your emotional outlook. You will no longer be able to be catfish because you will see things clearly from the get-go. You are starting over. You are changing the direction of where your life was going, where this relationship was headed, confirmation, and you are going to be set free, Pisces. But it first comes with patience, harmonizing the physical self and the emotional self and the spiritual self, and they will all come into alignment together. I see you healing. I see this relationship healing for some of you. I see a prosperous relationship coming in for those of you who are walking away from this person altogether. Because I'm telling you, I can't help but look at this card, the game over. Some of you, this is the last straw. And if this person doesn't change, or this relationship doesn't get, fixed, if we don't get that act right going on, it's over. You have just a little bit left in you that is willing to try. A little bit of heart left. But definitely they are experiencing karma. They're definitely going through it. You might be seeing them at their lowest of low. But things are going to come back into balance, Pisces. Just walk away from what doesn't serve you in this relationship. And again, for those of you, my spirit team said pick one more, where this person really tried to have you stuck, had you bound. There could have been physical abuse in the relationship. It says you don't own me. Detachment, domination, escaping, and freedom. You're getting disconnected from this person. Your spirit team is freeing you from the shackles, the chains of the devil energy. and you're about to glow up and definitely transform your life. So I'm going to leave it here, Pisces. I really love this message. I'm about to cleanse though, because this was very heavy energy. If you resonated with this, I want you to put in the comments, game over, or I'm ready to start over. Let's see where you are. So either game over or I'm ready to start over, depending on where you are in this relationship, in this energy. I love you. I love you. I love you. Keep focusing on you, heavily on you. Confirmation over and over again in this reading. And I love you, Pisces. I will see you tomorrow with another one. Bye.